What's up YouTube? Pete back here with another video. Today's video we're going to be talking about cover stock differences, and we're going to be using some of my favorite hybrid covers and talking about what the difference is between cover stocks from bowling ball to bowling ball. As always guys, thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button, hit the sub button if you haven't yet, hit the notification bell so you're notified when I post, and let's talk about cover stocks and hybrid covers and what the differences are. Let's get it. All right guys, so like I said, we're going to be talking about bowling ball covers a little bit here, and we're going to be using 3 of my favorite hybrid covered bowling balls to kind of talk about the differences and what makes up the differences from cover to cover in a ball. And we're going to kind of talk about how, even though 3 different balls that are both hybrid cover stocks are going to react completely different and roll completely different and be kind of better for certain situations when you're out on the lanes. So we're going to be using 3 different bowling balls that are throughout my arsenal. First one is one you guys probably haven't seen yet, some of you might have, but the first one's going to be an oldie. It's the Storm Physics. It's a ball I really haven't used a whole lot. I liked it when I first drilled it a couple of years ago, but the next ball you're going to see was basically the replacement for that, and it wound up turning into probably my favorite ball of all time. So since I said that already, you guys guessed it, the next ball is the, of course, Rotogrip RST X1. And then the third guy that we're going to throw in and compare with these two is a newer ball, also from the X line. It's the Rotogrip RST X3. So we got these 3 different bowling balls right here. And like we said at the beginning of the video, we're going to be talking about the differences in their cover stocks, because all 3 of these bowling balls are chemically based hybrid cover stocks. So what does a hybrid cover stock mean? One of the simplest ways I like to try to break it down and explain it, especially if some of you guys are new to bowling, you don't quite understand what cover stocks mean or what cover stocks are, or what how important they are to your bowling ball and to your game. We're going to take another sport and kind of compare them quick. Think about golf for a second. When you're golfing, you got your different kind of clubs that you use. You got your drivers, you got your woods, and you got your irons. Now occasionally, sometimes, well not sometimes, a lot of people have them now, they got hybrid clubs. So what golf companies will do, they'll take, say, like a wood and an iron and kind of give you the best of both worlds, and that you get a hybrid club out of that. That's kind of the same concept, basically, at least in my opinion, when we talk about cover stocks on a bowling ball. So most of you all know, some of you don't, you got your 3 different kinds of covers in a bowling ball. You got your solid covers, you got your hybrid covers, and you got your pearl covers. So kind of like with the hybrid golf clubs, when you're talking about hybrid bowling balls and hybrid cover stocks, you're basically just blending 2 or multiple different covers all into one, so you get a blend of multiple. So again, all 3 of these bowling balls have hybrid covers, but just because they're all hybrids also doesn't mean that they're going to react the same or roll the same, especially from bowler to bowler. I've seen all 3 of these bowling balls with different motions for me. Like I said, with the NRG cover here and the Physics, that's a really strong cover for me. So also with the core combo that this ball has, but we're not going to get into too much about the cores, I've seen the Physics be really early for me, really forward. It really needs a lot of oil to really dig into the lane. That way it gives the ball its best chance to come off the pattern properly, at least for me in my game. The X1 I think is just it's the Microtrax hybrid cover. And again, this one's a 2-part solid to pearl blend. This one is just a little bit of a step down from the Physics in my mind and in my opinion. And that's partially why I've liked the RST X1 a lot more. Like I said, I really liked the Physics when I first drilled it. But I think just that slightly weaker and slightly different hybrid blend in the X1 just really gave me a much better motion out of it. Much better pin action, much better continuation through the pins. And then the newer guy, the RST X3, this one's a bit of a kicker in my opinion, because like I said, the hybrid cover in the X3 is a 2-part pearl and a 1-part solid blend. So in most cases, rather than not, you would then think that the X3 is going to be cleaner than the X1. And some people do have it cleaner. It just kind of depends bowler to bowler, in my opinion, for what look you're going to get out of it. But for me, and I also think that a part of it comes in the colors of the ball. So the X3 has that really bright yellowish color in it. Now this is something that is kind of talked about quite a bit, if the color of the bowling ball makes a difference in reaction or not. I personally believe that it does. I think that those brighter yellow, brighter green, yellow, gold colors, I think that they typically dig into the lane a little bit sooner. I think they make the ball read a little bit sooner. There's a lot of other people that believe that. Again, that's just my opinion. And I really believe it here with the X3, because I do see the ball float a little bit more or be a little bit cleaner than the X1. But then as soon as the X3 sees friction, I see that ball come off the spot a little more forward and a little straighter compared to, say, the X1, where the X1 I think comes off the spot and it's got a lot more energy and it's got a lot more shape. It comes off the pattern more right to left, in my opinion. So, and I think a lot of that just has to do with the different colors that are used in the cover. So enough talking, we're gonna go up to Brock's Bowl. I've got a fresh house shot there laid out for me. And we're just gonna look at the different ball motions here and see if I'm right with my opinions here. And then we'll come back after we're done and talk about the results. So let's go check it out. reactions to my hybrid bowling balls there. I feel like that, at least for me in my eyes, I hope you guys saw it too, I feel like that was a pretty good example and pretty self-explanatory what I kind of thought and predicted I'd see out of the bowling balls. So again, I hope you guys saw that too. Like I said with the physics, that to me looked the earliest out of the three. It definitely, in my opinion, for what I was out there on right there, it actually looked the best. It picked up really nice in the fronts. It shaped really nice off the back of the pattern, which kind of actually shocked me. I haven't had the best reactions out of the physics as of late. I kind of did recently just hit it with a fresh surface pad on it, so that probably helped it out a little bit. Then the X1, I feel like that looked like a pretty good step down from the physics, even though it probably didn't look the best out there. And for what we were on, a lot of that is because my X1 has a ton of games on it. It's kind of lane shined. I probably should have hit it with a little bit of surface. That probably would have given it a closer look to the physics. But again, even with it, it to me clearly looked a lot cleaner of a shape compared to the physics. As the pattern started to break down a little bit, as I started to move left, it started to look better, which is kind of conducive for a ball that is a bit of a step down. It's a bit of a step down, so it's going to start to look better as the pattern starts to break down. So again, yeah, that looked just a touch cleaner to me. And then the kind of unique motion I got was again kind of what I expected and predicted out of the X3. It looked clean through the front, but again, I think that color, that really bright yellow cover that's added into this bowling ball, I think that made the ball come off the pattern a little bit more forward compared to the X1 and the physics. It's really a unique motion for me because it looks really clean through the front, and then it kind of picks up into a roll, and it looks like it's gonna be really continuous and really sideways off the pattern for me, which it is. And up there it looked it too, but I don't know if it's just my eye and the way that the swirls work, but I see it come off the pattern and I see it go really forward, which to me, even though that's a 2-part pearl hybrid ball, I think that really bright color in the cover stock really makes the ball read a little sooner and makes it a little more forward. So again, guys, those were our hybrid bowling ball differences. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you guys are curious about cover stocks, I hope you guys check out the video, and I hope this helps you guys out. I know I'm not the greatest at explaining most things. I get really rambly and I don't always necessarily explain things the best, but I try to break everything down and how I perceive everything and for how I think it. So again, I hope this helps some of you guys out. If you guys are curious about covers and bowling ball reactions, I'm going to have some more videos out for you guys here soon. It's been a minute since I had a video, so I'm glad I could put this one together. Hopefully it gets out to you guys soon. So as always, guys, I'm going to head out. Again, hit the like button, hit the sub button if you haven't yet, hit the notification bell so you're notified when I post. And I'm going to head out here. As always, guys, Pete Freezy. Peace.